There. Okay. Long time ago, I don't know, like 80 episodes ago, we talked about installing Haiku. I want to just dig a little deeper into that. So at the moment, the default install medium is Beta 4 or Beta 4, however you want to pronounce it. By the time you see this, because I have to work several weeks in advance, it might be Beta 5. So that doesn't really matter, but if you click on that, you will get to this page. Now, Beta 4 is about 1.5 years old, and if you install it, then the first time you update, you will be confronted with an enormous list of changes. Now, so, just schedule yourself some time for doing that. You basically there have to choose between 32-bit and 64-bit. 32-bit Haiku is compatible with old BOS programs. And you haven't seen me showcasing in it because I think we should just settle on 64-bit, full steam ahead, and not constantly get pulled back by the need for 32-bit compatibility. That's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Feel free to call me an idiot in the comments. But okay, something that reasonable people can talk about. But for now, we do have 32-bit and 64-bit, and then you get a number of places where you can download an image, burn it to a CD or most likely a USB stick these days. But there are other options. Now, in the forums you'll see people talking about the Nightlies. That is every day a new image of Haiku as it is in development right now. Gets automatically generated and placed where people can download it. There used to be a link from this page. Oh, if you want to run Nightlies, go here. They seem to have taken that away, which I think I agree with actually. You'll see why later. However, it's not too hard to do a search, and then you'll see nightly images. And so you see people are working on much more than just Intel x86. For instance, ARM. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so it's very early stage, but there are downloadable Nightlies. So I haven't played around with this myself. I don't know how well Haiku Ports is stocked with programs for it. Right, but this is in progress, and if you want to try it out and help with this, please do, because I think Raspberry Pi version that works on with Haiku on a Raspberry Pi, that would be a match made in heaven. But we haven't got there yet quite, as far as I know. Right, Motorola 68000 and PPC, those are ancient targets. I can't believe people are still working on that. Let's have a look. There's nothing downloadable there. Apparently it's just an idea that somebody floated. I want to run Haiku on ancient Macs, like 30-year-old Macs. Right. However, RISC V or RISC V, that is still something. And then you see x86-64 and x86-GCC2H. So that's 64-bit and that's 32-bit. So those are very much things that people do. Okay, so should you install a Nightly? And what is it anyway? Well, you don't have to install a new one every day. In fact, please don't. This poor server will just die if you do that. You install it once, and after that it is, without people actually using the term, a rolling release. Right? You just keep updating. However, you have to realize that this is the developer's playground, and they are free to try things out, and oops, something's broken and your system doesn't boot. Right, now we went through a patch somewhere around Alpha 2 or Alpha 3 where there was a really long time between releases, and everybody seemed to say, oh well, I'll just use the Nightly, including myself. And so I'm speaking from some kind of experience here. Thing is, it is unstable. It is, where anything can happen. So if you're a developer, then sure, install it and always see the latest things that people have been doing. You get drivers that the official release doesn't have yet until the next time, because this is where they're testing if those drivers are stable, if they work at all and work with different variants of hardware. However, I would say if you want to have a stable experience and your updates have been tested, stick with the official release. If necessary, it's not hard to set up your system so that you dual boot. All right? When every time you boot, you choose between Beta 4 or Nightly. It means twice as much updating, but that's not so bad. Okay, so that is the Nightlies. And I would say if you're a developer, then it is an interesting thing because it allows you to see what is happening and whether your programs still work on what's coming up in the next release. But for everybody else, if you just want to use Haiku, play with it, do some scripting, use it for useful work, then I would say, stick with the official releases. Okay, we're over 100 episodes, official episodes, not counting the supplementals. And I want to repeat something I said way back in episode, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I am not a gamer. If it's more complicated than Tetris, I'm not interested. But I know there are people who are. People who love games. So, if you want to, do these kind of episodes about games available on Haiku, then I'm happy to talk. I'll give you editor status on the project, and we can make a plan to have you as the, what shall we call it, games editor or games presenter, or so I'm easy enough to find. My name's all over the internet like a rash. So contact me, and even in the comments below, and let's see what we can do. Thanks, everybody.